Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Health and Wellness. In this program, we're going to talk about the herbal liquid tinctures, and also we're going to talk about herbals that are dry, that are done in capsule form. We're going to talk about also at the end the comparison as to how the oils compare to this. My name is Nellie Greer, and I will be your host tonight. A lot of the herbs that I'm talking tonight have been because a lot of the folks have actually asked about different remedies for different conditions, and so a lot of folks are suffering from dampness, from coldness, from wind, from aches and pains, and a lot of that is due from the fact that the body's too acidic, yes. pH is too high as far as in the acid numbers, and a lot of times when the acid numbers are have been, well, if the body has been too acidic for too long, what happens is ammonia sets in on an acid condition. So a lot of times when you take a pH strip, let's say, and do a urine test, and you are to check it, you would see that in the numbers, a lot of people will come in the very high numbers, which means that they're more alkaline, like maybe an 8 or maybe a 7.5, like early in the morning, when they should be more acid. And so those numbers give us an indication as to where it is that that person is, and then how to address it to be able to turn that person around so that they're more acid in the morning, which is what it should be, so their numbers at a good number. They could be a 6.5 as opposed to a 5, and at night they could be a 7 or a 7.5, which that reading is perfect when you're like a 6.5, and then in the evening you're a 7, or at night you're a 7.5. That's a perfect pH reading. However, when somebody comes in and they say, I took my pH at night and I was a 6.5, and then I took it this morning and I was a 7.5, that is opposite to what we want. So herbs in this condition work really great because they actually help in ridding, in detoxifying and tonifying, and eliminating a lot of the toxins that the body's housing. So to start with, I'm going to talk about the difference between liquid tinctures and herbals and dry herbs. The liquid tinctures, what they do is they actually take herbs, flowers and bark and roots and all that, and they cook them, and what they do is then they make the herbal liquid, but they also put alcohol in it to preserve them. So the idea is that what you get is a formula that is ready to consume, either directly in mouth, or you can put it a little bit in water, and hot water, and drink it, or you can put it in cold, or you can just take it direct. The idea is that they're ready to use, and they work in a lot of different conditions quick. Now, a lot of folks don't like to take capsules. A lot of folks don't like to do the teas, or they don't like, or not that they don't like it, it's more that maybe at that particular moment in time they really don't want to do it that way. They want to try something different. This is a quick, easy way that you can take it with you in the car. You can actually have it at work, in your pocket, so that whenever you need it, you can have it. The tinctures are done 3 times a day, best. And so I'm going to talk on one, astragalus. Astragalus is actually an herb that is, it's almost in every compound herb. They do it so that, because a lot of us house dampness, coldness, but we also house candida. And those are the conditions that treat or that feed the candida. So when our body's at a certain way, that means that candida is being fed pretty good. So astragalus, what it does is it actually helps to tonify. It actually helps to eliminate all the dampness, and so it dries the body internal from all that dampness and cold. And it also works on the immune system. It is a liver protective and restorative. And if you look, astragalus is in almost any formula. Like if a person is having chemo, or they have cancer, or if they're having any surgeries or anything like that, astragalus is a formula that is actually given to folks that are recovering, or just to help them along in repairing. Astragalus is a good one. It helps us. It gives us energy. It helps us to feel better. It's good for allergies, but especially for the immune system. So when you help the immune system, know that it's going to help your body across the board. Now, we also have bladderwrack, and bladderwrack is it's an herb that's actually given for folks that have underactive thyroid. It's good for people with cold, clammy skin. It's and you know, a lot of times we don't consume the right combinations of herbs and food to be able to feed different conditions. The Asians are really good for this. They really eat an all-around diet that actually has all these different herbs in their diet, but also in their food. So whenever they cook, they work with all these herbs. Bladderwrack is one that is good for thyroid, and there are other herbs for Dulce is another herb for thyroid, and Blessed Tinsel is also for sluggish liver. Now we do have a tea. Now this is in a liquid form, so this is something that you take directly in mouth. So the ones I'm talking about now. But Blessed Thistle, we do have it in tea form, and this is in a liquid form. And this is something that you can take to support a sluggish liver. Bucho is a cleansing and tonic to the kidney, bladder, and mucosal membranes of the urinary tract. We do have different herbs. We have a compound herb that's good for kidneys and bladder, and we also have individual ones. And butcher's broom is an anti-inflammatory tonic for veins. So anybody that has varicose veins, anyone that has ulcers, varicose ulcers, painful veins, leg edema, varicose veins, this is it's a tonic for veins. So butcher's broom is good in helping and strengthening and just helping so that you don't have so much pain, and also an edema on the legs. Across the board, that one assists in all the veins. California poppy is actually another herb that is for anxiety, restlessness, and insomnia. It's good for toothache, headaches, and that one can be given to children. Some of these herbs, if not all of them in small form, can be given to children as well, for like you know, kidney and bladder issues. Cat's claw is for arthritis, and it's also used for pain. And we have celery. Celery is also another one that's used for arthritis and gout, and also for kidney and bladder and gallstones, kidney and gallstones. Celery is actually used only because it has a lot of it has the minerals that our bodies need, and it actually neutralizes acid, which actually causes our system to become very pH acidic, more acidic. And so celery is good for arthritis, and so is cat's claw. And California poppy is for anxiety, restlessness, and insomnia, toothache, and headaches. And cilantro, you know, we do talk about cilantro a lot. I think cilantro, I always say to buy fresh and consume it every day in salad and soup. And whenever you do a dish, you can just put cilantros on the side. But if you put it on any dish after you get done, it just flavors the whatever food you're serving. And it's delicious, but it actually rids of heavy metals. It actually rids of mercury and lead. And it also inhibits the deposit of mercury and lead into the bones and other tissues. And then it says that good to consume, like if you're having any dental issues done or dental work done in removing mercury fillings, is good to start doing cilantro. And also corn silk, it's actually, and I was going to say too, cilantro, you can have it fresh and you can have the herbs, which are the liquid as well, and that you can actually do in tea or just take it direct. Corn silk is very soothing. It's a diuretic. It's mild, and it's a mild heart and blood vessel tonic. It's corn silk is actually useful in children's bladder and bladder disorders and bedwetting due to irritation and water retention. Corn silk can be done for anyone that has this condition, but it can be used for children as well. So a lot of times when a child has bedwetting issues is due to the fact that it has a kidney irritation and bladder, and so that's the reason why these things are happening. So by taking corn silk and just giving it to the child, it actually rids of the irritation, and then of course they don't bedwet any longer. So these are ways that you can treat it, but really just give something as simple as and more natural. The hawthorn berry is known as a heart tonic, and the hawthorn berry is said that if someone that suspects that they have heart condition, they can take the tonic, and but it is said that if a person has weight issues, because this happened, we had a gentleman that said, you know, my mom has issues with heart, I think I'm going to get her some hawthorn, and so he started taking it as well because he realized the benefits that that you get from it. So he decided to take it too, and he started to lose weight. And it's all because it actually opens up the channels and it oxygenates the system better. And it is said that it dilates coronary arteries and improves the blood flow to heart. And so it makes the body work better. And so, but hawthorn is, it energizes you because of the same principle. It actually is taking the weight or the load of the dysfunction that's happening, and it's making it better. So the idea is that the response is that you feel better, and you're able to have more energy due to the very thing. We also have dandelion, which is also good for arthritis and gout and skin disorders, liver congestion, bile duct obstruction, or deficient bile secretion. It says it's for anybody that has chronic constipation, dandelion is very good. Any skin disorders, dandelion is very good as well. And dandelion, you can have it 3 or 4 times a day, but it will help in healing. And also for arthritis and gout, dandelion is very, very good. Devil's claw is metabolic cleanser. It's a detoxifier of blood, lymph, pancreas, liver, and kidney. Devil's claw does a lot. I mean, it really does a lot in helping and cleansing the blood, oxygenating it, working on the lymph and the pancreas, and liver and kidney. That's devil's claw. Echinacea is it's known throughout. It's used for many, many conditions. It's considered all conditions, whether the immune system is challenged or compromised, inflammatory, inflammation, fever, infections, cold, flu, allergies. It will help in healing. And so echinacea is used for in the first sign of a cold, the first sign of maybe being cold, having cold set in. Those are all the, for allergies is a big one, for fevers and for infections. So echinacea works on the immune system. So, and that you can also do, the echinacea you can do pretty much, you know, every day. Now, if you have golden seal and echinacea, then that one you have to do, you know, just at the time that you're sick, because golden seal, you don't want to do it, you know, like forever and ever. It's best to be able to do it only when you need it, because it works like an antibiotic. And so, but anyway, golden seal. Now, we're going to talk about, now the liquid tinctures also come in compounds, and they assist in, in compounds we have it if you have an ear infection, we have the mullein garlic. If you, and those are drops that you put in your ear. Now that one, unlike the oils that we talked about before, mullein and garlic, you can put in the ear, and then you put a little cotton so that the liquid stays. You know, you just stay on that side until the liquid goes in. But it's good for ear infections and for children and adults. And for anyone that has high blood pressure, we have linden mistletoe, which is a high blood pressure tincture. And that one you can do morning, afternoon, dinner, and however much is needed. But if you're taking medication, it's okay to continue doing that, and you just do this. What happens is you'll end up realizing that the next time you go for a checkup, you'll see that your numbers are going to be so much better than they were before. So consequently, your doctor will just lower the dose or give you less amount of it. So, and within time, you'll do less of that, and you'll just continue doing the other. The other one that is also that we also have is for the cayenne. Also is a powerful warming stimulant to heart, blood circulation, the nervous system, and cayenne is that is like the cayenne pepper, except that it's in a tincture form, and that one you want to do it in a little, if you don't like hot to do, it's good to do it in a little bit of water. Now that does, when you take cayenne internal, know that it's going to assist the blood, and the blood then starts to heal whatever skin condition you might have, or anything that is damaged or isn't good internally, it'll fix it. We also have compounds that are good for menopause. We have it for healthy heart. We have it for healthy liver. We also have it for cholesterol. We have it for PMS. We have it for male vitality and female. We also have for liver tonic compound. We also have let's see, PMS, I said that. We also have echinacea golden seal compound. That's the one I just talked about, and that's for cold and flu remedies. We also have eye bright for eyes, and that's hay fever and allergies. We also have feverfew, and feverfew is actually used for headaches and migraine headaches. The female libido, that's the male is the male vitality, and the female, The women's is the female libido. We also have for joint, we also have for good mood, we have one for relaxation compound, we have one for sleep, we have one for stress, we also have lavender spirit, we have immune defense tonic, we also have, and those are a combination again, astragalus. Anytime there's an immune, astragalus is in there, and reishi, and also schisandra berry that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. We also have one for prostate, one's for healthy vein, one for menopause, immune defense, linden mistletoe, which is blood pressure. We have the male sexuality. We also have one for nursing mothers, lactation, mother's tonic. We also have one for nervous condition, anxiety, which is a nerve restorative, and we also have bladder rack compound, which is a hypothyroid remedy, and we also have one to neutralize acid and bring the body more to a better pH. We have one for phytoestrogen, so folks, women that are short of that, and they don't want to do the other prescription product. We also have throat spray herbals. We also have folks that have candida. We have an herbal for candida. Relaxation and sleep, fennel, which actually it's an herbal eye wash, and we have tonics for poison ivy. We have for sugar metabolism. We also have one that's called lemon balm, and lemon balm is actually melissa, and melissa is one that's very calming. It's very soothing. It's relaxing. It's used the same way as you do melissa, and melissa is actually, and the other one that you use the lemon balm for is for memory, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that because we didn't cover a lot of the oils the last show. I thought to do the essential oils towards the end of this show to finish up with what I didn't do in the last program. We also have trauma drops, and that's and trauma oil. So anytime you have, we got turmeric, chamomile. We also have Roman chamomile and German chamomile, and we have hops, and that's a sedative. For the it's for nervous and restless, anxiety, not being able to, excellent in sleeplessness, and anxiety, irritable bladder, and so hops is holy basil, which is actually a it's for liver, for stress and inflammation. Holy basil is also supportive in fevers, inflammation, colds and flus, and gotu kola, green tea. All the tinctures come in all these different. Goldenrod. Let me see. I had. Okay, that's my ADD. Okay, goldenrod is actually for urinary, for infection, for kidney pain, and backache associated with the kidneys. Goldenrod is good. Ginkgola, poor circulation in head and brain, memory, and loss of concentration, and poor mental performances. Alzheimer's, that's one that can be used for memory. Fennel is one of the herbs that we talked about in oils that is similar in the same as It does rid, it works on liver, gallbladder, and digestion. It actually gets rid of toxins. And feverfew is for headaches, pain. And we got ginseng, elderberry, and elderberry is used in the same format for colds, flus, and fevers, and cough. And we talked, okay, we talked about all that. Cilantro, cinnamon is very good. It's good for good circulation. It kills bacteria, germs. Cinnamon is really used for a lot of, it's really good to use it throughout the course of the day. Okay, I think I covered, we've got a lot of other ones, and astragalus and bayberry. Marshmallow, artichoke, we've got that too. These are liquid tinctures. Everything that you can find across the board in herbs and a herbal capsule, you can find them in tincture form. So for anybody that wants to try that as opposed to maybe a capsule, because they want to try that instead and do it more in a tea form, or maybe just take it directly, this is a good format to do. And so, you know, if you have a condition that you want to let us know about, and you want maybe to try something in that format to be able to have it deliver quicker, you can just let us know what it is that you are trying to work with, and we'll let you know which one is good for that. Now, we have herbs that come in capsule form, and these are our dry herbs. And you know, sometimes when a person comes in and they have a lot of different problems, herbs, we tend to do like a cleanse, and we sort of do maybe a pH balancing act first, and then on our second visit and stuff, I kind of go into letting them know exactly what herbs are good to follow up. And Supreme Protector is one that is really good. It's one that it does so much. By taking one herb, it actually does so much that you feel like you're taking so many more. And it is said that it's the primary formula for protection. It's got reishi, it has astragalus, it has cordyceps, and it says it to build the chi and supports the immune system. Realize that when you end up seeing or buying an herb that says that it focuses on the immune system, then know that that herb is going to do so much more for you than just one thing. It's going to do more than that. And that Supreme Protector has Schisandra in it as well. And Schisandra, actually, it is known to help blood, helps kidney, lungs, kidney, gallbladder, heart, and what it does is every organ, it actually, kidneys, adrenals, it actually assists in building, restore, detoxify. So the Schisandra does a lot. It builds blood, it cleanses, it detoxifies the system. So all in all, the Protector, actually, if you have anxiety, if you have fear, if you have can't sleep, if whatever condition you might have, it don't have any ambition, whatever it is, that have issues with kidney, have issues with liver or congestion or whatever, Supreme Protector is one that if you take it, you start to notice exactly what it's doing. It's one of our favorite, and when someone doesn't have a lot of funds and they just want something that they can just take that's going to do more for them than just individual things, Supreme Protector is the one that we suggest. Dunwood Reishi It's one of the formulas that helps with energy. A lot of times people come in and they said, I'm really energy deprived, I can't get moving, it's like I have to drink so much of the coffee or pop in order to get going. Done with reishi, it's very good in balancing energy. It improves sleep, it improves digestion, it promotes calmness, it develops inner balance, it develops inner awareness, it's an anti-aging, it works on the immune system. Again, second one on the immune system. So the formulas that I'm talking about today, they do not just one thing. They really work on the full body. Now that's the Dunwood Reishi. Now we also have, and the Dunwood Reishi comes either in drop form, in tincture, or it comes in capsule form. Now these are the dry herbs, but we do also have them in tincture form. Ginseng is actually good. Ginseng is good for everything. It's good for energy, for balancing, stimulation. It's good for energy. It increases physical and mental efficiency. It prevents over fatigue. It increases alertness. It's an adaptogen. It's a powerful anti-stress. It actually, that one, when you start taking ginseng, it's like you know it. It's a pretty done deal. And ginseng, people just take it and they get better and better each time. And ginseng is something that, you know, you can do and then maybe not do for maybe the afternoon and then do it again. And so you can take it 1 to 2 times a day. And depending on the need, or depending on exactly what the load schedule is, you can just take a little more. But that's a better choice, and it's a better choice to do. Ginseng comes in a little, it comes differently. It comes in like a little base, like honey, in a little jar. It also comes in capsules. It also comes in tinctures also. So ginseng comes in different formats. 3 different ways. So that one is up to you as to what choice. If you do the little honey-based one, that one, when you take it, there's a little spoon in there that you put it in water, in hot water, you dissolve it and then drink it. Or you can put it with any tea that you're presently putting together. So that will go into any other tea that you're doing. Now Diamond Mine, talk about that because we've had so many people that are saying, I can't remember, you know, family members have Alzheimer's or they have dementia, and I think I'm starting to go that way. Diamond Mine is one of the herbs that it contains 5 major brain tonics. It has Schisandra, which actually feeds all the organs in detoxifying and ridding of heavy metals, in building the blood, and ginkgo biloba is another one, and everybody knows that that is for brain, and that one alone, people say that it's amazing. It's like night and day when they take it, and I've heard so many people say how herbs have worked for them. And mental energy is another herb that's a combination, mental focus and mental endurance. So the Diamond Mine has combinations of 3 of the mental energy, mental focus, and mental endurance, and then it's got Schisandra and ginkgo biloba. So that one it's a dynamite. That's a real good one to do if and when you're suffering from that condition. Continuing on, these are herbs. These are dry herbs that come in capsule forms. I do have these in the same company has it in the tincture form. They're more concentrated form. And I also have one that is Supreme Creation. And Supreme Creation, there was a time that we had talked in one of the shows that we talked about the herbs that that Return to Youth was the one that was spoken of. And Supreme Creation, Return to Youth is in Supreme Creation. So not only is it does it have deer antler and ginseng, which is what Supreme Creation is about. Supreme Creation has the concentration one of Return to Youth, plus it has deer antler, and it also has ginseng. So that one has 3 things. So you're getting all the benefits of all, and that is a very good one in helping to restore energy, to heal, to overcome whatever sickness, to repair, to help blood, skin. That one kind of circumferences all. We also have one that's called An Essence, and An Essence, it's also a combination. This one strengthens the entire kidney system, including the sexual function, skeletal structure, and it is said that Shu Wu formulation is in this formula as well. And so, and that one is the one that nourishes kidney yin. It enriches the blood, and it strengthens the back, knees, and that one also is for good for hair growth. So, so An Essence has all that in one. But if you were to do the Shu Wu formulation, know that that nourishes the kidney yin, enriches the blood, strengthens the back and knees, and it's good for hair growth. So you can do one, or you can do the An Essence and know that you're getting a lot more. Realize that whenever you have issues, whenever you have some problems, know that kidneys and liver are working really hard. And so when we, almost every herb that we look at, it always has a building for kidneys, and it always has building on knees and back, and also in blood, because those are the principles. When your kidneys aren't working good, there's a lot of things that don't work as well. And so because you're not detoxifying good, and you're probably retaining water, things aren't, you're not getting rid of the toxins. And so that's the reason why sometimes when we drink a lot of energy drinks or pop, carbonation drinks, they really make your kidneys work extra hard. And so, and generally a lot of it is bad circulation or poor circulation and kidney dysfunction. That's basically where it is. And you know, it's said too that the spleen. The spleen is another one that nobody ever talks about. And the spleen, when the spleen isn't working tip-top, there are so many other things that you end up having problems with. You know, if you see a person that muscle weight, or rather their skin is pretty saggy, they don't have good muscle tone, a lot of times it's the spleen. The spleen doesn't have enough qi, and that is what governs the rest. And so check on the spleen formulas and start taking them if you have that condition, because it'll start to plump your system. It's the same thing with, they say, for lips. When the lips are very thin, and they are, the fact that you don't have the spleen, the qi, that enough in the spleen. So spleen formula is the one that you need. Also, we are astragalus. I talked about that, and astragalus is a good one. That is, anybody that has candida, good to do that. Anybody that has had chemo, usually we say that you're supposed to wait 6 months to 8 months before you take anything to detoxify any chemo or any radiation that you had done, you know, for cancer. So, but astragalus is very good, and there is a mushroom formula that's called STR12, and that one for anyone that's having prostate issues, that has had surgery. STR12 is a formula that has 12 different mushrooms, and that one is amazing. I've had so many people that have had cancer, that have gone through the treatment, that are done, and they've taken this after that period of time, and all of a sudden they've straightened out, because not all those toxins, residue that they had from it, it's cleaning them clean of it. We also have Super Pill, and a Super Pill is actually a does-it-all formulation. Super Pill comes in 1 and it comes in 2. Super Pill 1 and Super Pill 2. It actually says that it's a does-it-all formulation that will boost, it's an adaptive energy and vitality on all levels. It's got ginastema, it's got polysaccharides, it's an anti-aging, it's a powerful spirit lifting and immune boosting effects. Now again, immune, realize that anything that you take for immune, it will affect other in all areas. And ginastema is actually one of the herbs that we talked about in one of the shows that I talked about it, and everyone, I think, called on it, because that is one formula that is it's blood building, it's good for legs, it's good for knees, it's good for back, strengthening heart, it's good for kidneys, it's good for liver, it's an overall, but it's for all. It's for stamina, it's for brain, it's for eyes. That one, it's an all body. Ginastema is awesome. And if you're diabetic, if you're hypoglycemic, if you got lupus, if you have chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, it doesn't matter what you have. Ginastema, it's an all-around building. It's in tea form. We have it in a box that has, comes in tea bags. And normally when I give a sample to someone, they come back because it works on Shen. It works in quieting and just calming your Shen, which is your center, which is your heart. And once the Shen is calm, the whole body just calms right down. All anxiety is gone, but it does it in such a subtle way that you don't even know what's happening until you start to really go, wow, I feel really, really calm. And Ginastema it's very good that way. I want to talk a little bit about, now those were the dry herbs, and I always, in a lot of the different shows that in the past, I've always do a little of the dry herbs in there, because depending on what condition we're talking about at that particular time. I'm going to talk about essential oils back again, because essential oils, like we said before, they're volatile liquids. They're made from seeds, they're made from flower, bark, and branches, but it's the distillation process that's done, and so they're more concentrated than the dry herbs and even the tinctures, because it takes more material to make oils than it does the any other way, of any other method. There was an article on dementia in the Herb for Health in 1998, and this was in January-February issue, and it said that the latest research on Alzheimer's, and it said they had a whole story on this disease most often strikes the elderly. New research into herbs offers them hope. Anyway, it has the story on how they started to test sage, rosemary, and lemon balm. Now remember, I talked about lemon balm before in a tincture compound, and that one is Melissa in oil. So if we're talking about essential oils, Melissa is the one that you want in the essential oils, because they have a different name. But anyway, sage is one oil that's good for dementia and also for Alzheimer's and forgetfulness and memory loss. And rosemary, like we talked about then as well, is another oil. But I do have the article, and it is said that those three oils, by working with them, and what you do is, it's said that the essential oils for in that application, or in all applications, the way you do it is you can diffuse an essential oil in the room where a person is going to go to bed at. They usually say it's good to you know, diffuse an oil like 15 minutes or 20 minutes before you're going to enter the room and go to sleep. Or you can do it in the morning hours. And so if a person goes and takes a nap, it's good to have done it so that when the person goes in there, you know, they get to take in that oil. It can be done topical. You can do a compress over it. You can actually breathe it directly from hand, and you can actually put it on your nose. You can put it on your wrist. You can actually use it as a perfume. And you can also put it on the chest, and you can also put it behind the neck. Can do it on the feet as well. But the oils, you can put them dietary. If they're single herbs like sage and rosemary, let's say, and lemon balm or melissa, those you can do dietary because, of course, they are food grade, or they're food, you know, sage. There's no other oils in it, you know, that are not dietary. So these oils are okay to put in water and drink as well. That is for memory loss, for Alzheimer's. This will rebuild and help you to retain or be able to remember things that that you have forgotten. You'll come back and start to remember these different things, and then start to build your memory again. Also, the aromatherapy for Alzheimer's, dementia, and senior living environments, it is said that lavender is a good one. Lemon is another one that you can diffuse in the areas. Peace and calming is another. Purification is another. Citric fresh is one that stimulates the right brain, and it brings about more creativity, a sense of well-being and joy. It's very calming and sedative, improves circulation, insomnia, and it helps indigestion. It's uplifting and works as an antidepressant. Citric fresh is. And then Vallard is another one. And Vallard, this blend of spruce, rosewood, blue tansy, and frankincense, it helps balance the electrical energies within the body, giving courage, confidence, and self-esteem. It says Vallard helps one overcome fear, and it is very grounding emotionally. It has been found to help the body self-correct its balance and alignment, giving relief of pain. We have diffusers in the center that you can buy, and this is a good time to be able to you know, purchase a diffuser so that you can start using them in your house as you have company for the holidays. So that is a those are the oils for dementia and Alzheimer's, and also for dementia. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit about, I did talk in the last show, I had mentioned about how the frequency, the megahertz, how the oils are measured, or how they are rated. And I had said that the essential oils rate from 52 megahertz to 320, meaning that 320 was the rose oil, and the smaller one being, I think, like lemon. And also it is said that the human brain, the megahertz is 72 to 90. The human body in the daytime is 62 to 68 megahertz. Cold symptoms, when they're set, they bring the body down to a 58 megahertz. Flu symptoms will bring the body down to a 57 megahertz. Candida sets it down to 55 megahertz. Epstein-Barr 52. Cancer 42. And death begins at 25 megahertz. We start at 72 and we end up at death at 25. Now, it is said that processed canned foods, they give you 0 megahertz. It is said that fresh produce give you up to 15 megahertz. Dry herbs give you, which is these that we talk here, dry herbs give you 12 to 22 megahertz. Fresh herbs give you 20 to 27 megahertz. And essential oils give you 52 to 320. Okay. I'm going to talk about, I think I didn't talk about the ADD essential oils, the ADD, ADHD. Vetiver is a good oil. Lavender, clarity, peace and calming, peppermint and sandalwood. Also, brain power, greens in a drink is good. Minerals is good. Digestive health is good because it's got the probiotics in it. Endocrine system encompasses the hormones production glands of the body: pituitary, thyroid, adrenals, kidney, ovaries, testes, pancreas, and clary sage. Now that one is a endocrine system. We have an herb that's strictly for that. We also have an oil that's strictly for that, that'll assist in all that. Clary sage is another oil that's good for that as well. For memory, Eucalyptus globius, helichrysum supports the neurotransmitters activity. Nutmeg is a general cerebral stimulant and has adrenal cortex-like activities. For neuropathy, it's a big one, for tingling, gangrene, when it sets in. Roman chamomile is good, frankincense, valerian, lavender, peppermint, yarrow, goldenrod, and also organic sulfur is good. We have the MSM here in the center with vitamin C. B12 is a deficiency that neuropathy individuals have. Mineral is needed, magnesium, and rutavala. It's actually an oil that's good for neuropathy individuals. Eye disorders, macular degeneration. Ninja Red is a drink that is absolutely high in antioxidants, and that one is a very good one for anyone that is suffering from macular degeneration, cataracts, pink eye, and also glaucoma. So lavender is a good oil, longevity, frankincense, clove oil. Taking it internally, it can slow or prevent both cataracts and gout. Yeah, cataracts and also gout. Also, the other oils for that too is juniper and lemon. Anyway, the clove oil is taken internal. It's not, you don't put it on. That one, clove oil, is one that you end up taking internal. And it said it's one of the highest in antioxidants, and it actually prevents or slows down the prevention of cataracts. And gout, for gout, going back to it, for gout we do use juniper and we also do lemon. For male impotency, it said goldenrod and frankincense oil is good. Myrrh, ginger, nutmeg, jasmine, and ylang ylang. For female impotency, lemongrass, jasmine, clary sage, geranium, frankincense, joy, and ballard. Infertility in women, sage, fennel, anise, yarrow, clary sage, dragon thyme are good. For gallstones, grapefruit, juniper, helichrysum, orange, and lemon. Loss of smell, Exodus 2, highest potential. For polyps and nasal, purification, citric fresh, melrose, apply 1 to 3 times a day. I'm running out of time here. For pneumonia, thyme, mountain savory, oregano, melaleuca, eucalyptus blue, raven sarah, RC, breathe again, roll on. For pleurisy, this is a big one. I've been asked this again and again. For inflammation of the outer membrane of the lungs, wintergreen, myrrh, German chamomile, eucalyptus blue, thieves, RC, and Exodus 2 is good for that. Whew! I can't believe I raced through all that. But anyway, I got a little time now, so I just wanted to talk real quick on the young berry, on the Ninja Red. Ninja Red is very high in antioxidant. It is said that it consumes, there's 4 pounds of carrots, 2 quarts of carrot juice, 8 oranges, 1 pint of orange juice, 2 pounds of beets, 2 cups of beet juice, 3 cups of raspberries, and 2 cups of blueberries. It is the highest in antioxidant, and this is the drink that we tell folks that have eye disorders like macular degeneration and also any eye glaucoma or any cataracts. I also want to say real quick that these things that I talked about today, they work absolutely awesomely if you include the very therapeutic devices that I talked about in our 2 shows ago, which is the Chi Machine. The Chi Machine is the vehicle that actually runs, and it helps everything get delivered. It gets delivered to where it's supposed to be because you no longer have that ability to get going or do something physical that's going to help you to deliver all this quicker. So for anyone that would like more information on these topics that we talked tonight and that want us to help them to figure out exactly what is the combination of different things that they need, I will say that in doing the ERE, doing the Chi Machine or the far infrared for arthritis, for leg issues, for pain, for pleurisy, for all these issues, the Chi Machine works so wonderful for all these different things. And anyway, for anybody that would like to sample, to be able to do the therapeutic devices, they can come in, and the first time in demonstrating it, it doesn't cost you anything. But in future is that if you would like, you can come in and it's for a small fee. You can get an hour treatment, or otherwise you can purchase whatever unit it is that you would like. For anybody that would like more information, you can call us at 651-486-0525, or you can log on to our site at greershealth.com. Also like us on Facebook. Thank you. Bye-bye.